Now, I want you to think about giving in a couple different ways. Could you come up with a campaign, a fundraising campaign for a charity that your team could get involved with? Maybe it's a bicycle for kids, that everybody on the team buys a bicycle and you give them away to homeless kids or underprivileged kids. If it's a gift of food during the holidays, if it's a gift of Christmas presents for people who couldn't afford them, whatever that gift is, think about what happens to you in the community, what happens to you and your team when you're involved in gift giving during this period of time. Not just among your family, but to the world. What if you all got together and cleaned up a park? What if you all got together and did something, you painted something that needed to be painted? What if you all got together and did something special? Would that be beneficial overall for the team and for the emotions of that team? The answer is of course. Another thing that we do, and we encourage the people in our organization to do, now we're in one situation where we can kind of afford to do this, but between Thanksgiving and Christmas, whenever we go out, we tip whatever the bill is. So we don't tip 10%, we don't tip 20%. We tip the entire bill. So if it's $150 for lunch for the family, the tip is $150. And we just say happy holidays. That when you go to a fancy restaurant, that gets a little nuts. You go $600 and you're tipping $600. It's like, okay, we said we were gonna, but the stories that came out of that just from our family are crazy. Me and my youngest son, we had so much fun doing this last year. We'd tip and then we'd go around the corner because we didn't want to just hang out and say, oh, isn't it cool that we gave you the money? We'd go go around the corner and we just watch their reaction for when they picked up the bill. And the reaction's so cool. People would start crying. People run over to their friends. They jump up and down. I had people chase me into the parking lot and saying, is this a mistake? No, it's not a mistake. You don't know what this just did for me. I'm going to go on a major push this year for everybody in network marketing to go crazy with that. But what if your team just did something like that? But what if maybe it's not tip the bill? Maybe it's tip 30%. Maybe it's tip 40%, whatever. Something out of the ordinary, just as a way to give back. Do you think those people want to be working at Applebee's on December 23rd? Answer is no, they don't. You can be a cool thing. So whatever charity, whatever organization, whatever activity you want to get involved with, if you involve your team with it, it's going to create more conversation. It's going to help change your thinking about this season, create more conversation. It's going to do good things. Trust me, it's going to do good things. Now on gratitude, what if you picked and you taught everybody in your team, pay attention to the strategy now. Could you think of 30 people you're grateful for? Yes or no? 30 people. If you really thought about it, a teacher, a coach, a mentor, a friend, somebody helped you move, somebody who helped you change a tire, whatever. Somebody who was there for you on a bad day. Could you come up with 30 people? What if, starting Thanksgiving Day, you posted one gratitude post a day to your social media? One a day. And said, I want to talk to you about my 8th grade teacher. And here is Mrs. Johnson, and here's why I'm so grateful for her, and tag her in that. And maybe ask other people, do you have a teacher that you're grateful for? And watch what happens to that post. The next day, pick a friend. The next day, pick a family member. Whoever. And if you do that every day for 30 days, that's one thing. But what if every single person on your team did that every day for 30 days? You're going to explode the number of conversations in your organization. You're going to explode the potential of being able to share your product or service at some point when it's appropriate. But you're going to feel so good. The team's going to be so inspired just by engaging in this type of behavior. Now, I'm not saying do this in order to be able to grow your business. I am saying when you do this, it will help you grow your business. It just will. It's the law of how things work. Don't do it for that reason. You're going to find emotional benefits are far outweigh the financial ones. But just know it's going to create more conversation. More good things are going to happen. Number 6. I want to give you an interview strategy that will blow your minds. An interview strategy for the holidays. And you're going to see me doing this same strategy. You can do it slightly different. If you have a team of any size, let's say you have a team of, say, 200 people on the team. What you can do in the month of November is you can say, hey, I would like to interview you in the month of December, after Thanksgiving. I'd like to interview you and just find out your story, your background, why you chose this company, what it's done for you and what your feelings are about the future, right? I'd like to just do a little interview with you. Would you be willing to do that? And people will die for that. And what I would encourage you to do is tell them, if you get at least 3 customers in November, or if you get at least 1 recruit in November, or if you rank advance in November, or if you get a convention ticket in November, then you'll qualify to be one of these people that I'd like to interview and feature on my page and all my social media. Okay? If you do one of those a day. Now, if you have a very small team, you don't have a lot of people to talk to, you don't have the same kind of leverage. But what would happen if you interviewed somebody else in your company from some cross-line situation? What if you went upline and interviewed them? What if you found a way to interview somebody that worked for the company? What if you found somebody that lived in your town for different backgrounds, and you just interview those people about their experience with your opportunity? What's going to happen? People are going to see those interviews. They're going to be inspired by that. They're going to start reaching out to you. This interview strategy by itself can explode the conversations that are happening inside your organization over the course of the holiday season. Number 7, challenges and contests. Challenges and contests. See, there's 2 types of leaders. One leader has one way of thinking that says, you know what, people aren't up for this. I'm just going to wait till January. A different leader says, I'm going to create more conversations by challenging people. And use your creativity. The challenge might be 5 customers in 5 days. Who's in? Or it might be a gratitude post every single day. That might be a challenge. Or it might be to do at least one, get 10 people on a Zoom call, a recruiting opportunity Zoom call that's happening, at the beginning of the month. It might be a 10 and 10 strategy to sample the product 10 times in 10 days. It might be a home meeting strategy to host at least 1 home meeting a week for 4 straight weeks. Whatever the challenge is, it could be around customers, it could be around prospecting, it could be around sampling of your product, it could be around any kind of trial use, it could be around any kind of recruiting activity, it could be around the number of appointments that you're getting scheduled. But people will leap forward to challenge when they normally pull back from no challenge. I mean, if there's just nothing, everybody's going to get overwhelmed with the holidays. You give them a challenge, it's a completely different thing. Another area is contests. Whoever rank advances this month is going to get this. And it could be small things. You can send somebody a holiday t-shirt. You could send somebody a cool hat. You could send somebody a signed copy of a book. You could take some books, a book that's really meaningful to you, send it to the company, ask the owner or the CEO if they'll sign those books. So you can use those as gifts and contests that says anybody that sends out 100 text messages is going to get this. Whoever sends the most is going to get this. So just add some of these contest winners to your Christmas list and understand contests and challenges are going to increase the number of conversations. The number of conversations that happens is going to increase the volume that happens within your organization. Anything you can think of. Anything. But you've got to start planting the seeds for those challenges and those contests now. And think about in your organization, what behavior do you want to modify during the holidays? Is it about customers? Is it about appointments? Is it about product sampling? Is it about using your product? Maybe you got you're in a health company and you have a weight loss product. It might be a challenge or a contest on weight loss during the holidays. It might be a detox to prepare yourself for 2020. It might be a cleanse. It might be whatever. Okay? It could be how many people are getting registered to come to GoPro Recruiting Mastery. It could be whoever gets to there is going to, qualify for X. It could be getting registered for your next company convention or whatever it happens to be, right? Challenges and contests. Use those as strategies to do what? Increase the number of conversations, okay? Get creative with that. Play with it. It could be a 3-day challenge. It could be a 14-day challenge. It could be a 10-day challenge. It could be a 7-day challenge. It could be a 1-day challenge. Whoever talks to the most people in one day is going to win. Whatever it happens to be, right? You can go crazy with the challenge and do a how to recruit 20 people in 30 days challenge if you want to, right? Who's in? Who wants to do this during the holidays? Yes, of course, during the holidays. Because while everybody else is sleeping, we're going to run. Okay? So think about that. Number 8, holiday party. Here's what I would encourage you to do during the holidays is to schedule a party for your team and their families and all of the customers in the local area. All customers, all prospects, all team, all families, and have a holiday party to show your appreciation for your customers, to show your gratitude for your team, and to show your prospects what a positive, incredible environment you have. Throw an amazing party during the holidays. Throw an awesome, incredible party during the holidays and watch what happens with the number of conversations. It's for family, team, customers, and prospects. Throw an incredible party themed around what it is that you do. But have fun with it, okay? Holiday parties are going to help you. Number 9. This is kind of a challenge or a contest. Not really. I guess it's more of a campaign. And that is this. This idea. Let me ask you this. Do you have a strategy in your company where a person can make $500 in, let's say, 10 days? 10 days, 2 weeks? Do you have? I bet you do. Is there a way for a person to come in, do some activity, make $500 in 10 days if they just go after it? I would encourage you to go on an aggressive campaign recruiting just for extra holiday cash. Would you like to make an extra $500 in 10 days? Would you like to make some holiday cash over the course of 10 days? We'll tell you step by step how to be able to do that. So number 1, you could do it to be able to show everybody in the team what's possible. Number 2, everybody in your team probably needs an extra $500. And instead of just telling them, just do what you normally do every day for the rest of the year, let them put a specific thing on it and say $500 or whatever the number is, $300, $500. You want to make $500 in extra holiday cash? They need that badly. Show them specifically how to do that. And also use that as a recruiting push to be able to go to your teams and say, go to your prospects and say, listen, I know you've been thinking about this. Go to your customers and say, you're using this product anyway. Would you like to earn an extra $500 in holiday cash? I can show you how to do it with this product that you're already a customer of. I can show you how to do it, distributor, in the company that you're already a part of. Just do this, and I'm here to help you. If you give them a specific target, they're more likely to take action than if you just tell them, hey, it's available anytime. $500 in 10 days, $500 in 5 days, and I'm using the $500, but whether it's $1,000, $500, $300, $100, whatever it is, it's going to be meaningful to people. And if you give them a simple game plan in order to be able to earn extra holiday cash, you will get people's attention. They need it. They need to not load up another credit card. And number 10, This is a time of year when people are setting goals for 2020. And I would encourage you to put together a group where you will coach them specifically on how to set the most amazing goals for 2020. A simple step-by-step, maybe it's a private Facebook group. Maybe it's a group that gets together on Zoom. But I want you to encourage all your team to enroll in this group coaching that you're going to do with that group for free. Encourage everybody in the team to be a part of that and help them set goals for 2020. Now, in addition, go to your customers and say, hey, I know you're not interested in the business, but would you like to participate in this goal setting session to be able to make 2020 the most amazing year ever? Go to your prospects and say, would you like to be a part of this? It's free. We're just going to map out how to be able to create some positive goals for the year. Okay? This group goal setting coaching is going to get people into action. And if I'm trying to help somebody create goals for 2020, what do you think my strongest advice is for 2019? Start early. You don't want to start 2020 with a blank piece of paper. You want to start with some momentum. You want to start having built something during the November and December in order to be able to have 2020 have its best chance for success. So this leads to more conversations here, and it leads to more action before 2020. If you lay out an incredible game plan for 2020, it's going to be very difficult for you not to take some action during 2019 to give 2020 a better chance. Just the way it is. So that's strategy number 10, group coaching. Set this up for you and your team. And I told you I got one more bonus strategy, and then I've got something really cool to share with you for 2020, for each and every one of you to be able to maximize this holiday season and maximize 2020 more than anything else. And that's this: extra special recognition. This is a season where it's more emotional than normal. People struggle during this time of year. People have difficult times during this time of year. People are lonely during this time of year. People are misunderstood during this time of year. Single people are frustrated during this time of year, watching other people, do the things that they're doing. People who've lost family members are hurting during this time of year. One of the coolest recognition strategies I ever heard of was from a leader of a company, CEO of a company. And during the holiday season, what he did is he sent a letter not to the people on his team, not to the top leaders on his team. He sent a letter to those team members' parents, to those team members' family, and says, I just want you to know what an amazing superstar your daughter is and why you should be proud. And he gave as much detail as he could give. I want to tell you what your son means to the world and to this company. And here's why you should be proud. I want to tell you what your husband or what your wife is really doing here and why it's important. I want to tell you what your dad or what your brother or what your sister. He would write these letters to family members. And more than a letter to that person directly, the letter to the family members was one of the greatest gifts he could give. The productivity from that group, the loyalty from that group, the long-term persistency from that group was spectacular, off the chart. So I want to encourage you to make a list of some people that are meaningful to your life, meaningful to your business. And I want you to send a letter to their family, letting that family know why this person's so spectacular. Interesting, right? Interesting. These will become family heirlooms for sure. So these are some strategies. Now I want to ask you a question. Look, what's your game plan for 2020? You've been watching this. You've been hopefully taking some notes. Yeah, we got it. Change your thinking, business conversation, preload the time frame with appointments, some gifting strategies, giving and attitude and gratitude, the interview strategy, challenges and contests, a holiday party, extra holiday cash push, and group coaching for goal setting, and some extra special recognition. Those are all great strategies. We're going to go do that. Fantastic. What is your game plan for 2020? I want to help you make 2020 the most spectacular ever. This is part of that help. This is part of that help. But most people limp through this season and they start 2020 weak. I don't want that to be you. How many times have you had New Year's resolutions and they're gone? How many times did you watch a webinar like this and you got a pile of notes and it gets mixed in with all the other garbage in the house? How many times? I want you to hold it for once. I want you to be able to get traction with it more than you ever have. And I've got something, I host an event.
Celebration, jubilation, jubilation, no, celebration, what we gon' do for our life. We go day or die, don't worry, my Lola, my Raleigh, my Jahe, my Ram.